Okay, good evening. It's that time of day again, time to test my blood glucose. And for that we're going to use the blood glucose machine, which is in its natty vinyl wallet. It consists of a computer thing that does the actual testing, a spring-loaded thing for you to stab yourself in the finger with, which works like that. And we'll get into that in a bit. And then there's some other bits and pieces in the wallet. So the first thing you do, and it is very useful if you do all this in the right order, I have discovered. First thing you do is you take out one of these single-use testing strips. There are two kinds. The blue ones are for the blood glucose, and the purple ones are for something else, which we'll talk about maybe in a bit. They're not very easy to open, and my hands are wet because I have just washed my hands, which is also the very first thing you have to do with all of this, because you're going to be making a little hole in them. Oh God. There we go. Right, so this is the strip. Let's try and show you that. So this end goes into the little yellow thing on the blood sugar machine, like this, and as if by magic that switches it on, and it says there, I want blood. So then you have to do the fun bit with the finger stabbing machine, designed to stab you in the finger. So this is fun. I have to do this twice a day. Sorry, the framing is a bit strange there. I have to do this twice a day for at least the time being, and I have the option to do it whenever I like, which is great. I'm keeping a record of it, but this computer thing also automatically keeps a record of it, but mine is a spreadsheet, and over time there will be graphs. So I've done it a bit wrong. I've taken the top off the spiky thing, so now you can see the little spike there. So be a bit careful with that. So you take the end off this, again wet fingers, there we go. Put the spike into the jabby matron, put this back on it, and then you pull back the trigger. They are locked and loaded, and it's these fingers you can use. So basically two sides of finger. There's 8 places I can do this. And because I'm right-handed, my left-handed is kind of taking the brunt of it at the minute. But you do it on the side, and you kind of squeeze it a bit, and then you just try not to be too much of a baby about it and go. That actually, I don't know if that even worked. Well, it hasn't gone in, I don't think. So let's try it again. Is it set properly? Right, let's do it again. Oh, come on. Ow! Yeah, sorry. It does hurt. Not very much, but it does. But and there's a little bit of blood there. You don't need very much, but you need a bit more than that. You probably can't even see that. So you kind of milk your finger a little bit, and get a nice little bead of blood on the end of it. You should be able to see that. There you go. So then you put that in the other end of the testing strip. Somehow I can't get to appear. There it is, and you do that and try and get some blood into it. You can see there's some blood there, and that's counting down. That is 12.7, which is more than 10, which is a bit of a shame, but it's not too high. It's higher than it should be, but it's not too high. On the other hand, I have eaten and I haven't yet taken today's insulin, and I don't know, that doesn't sound too bad, but The rule of thumb is that if it's more than 10, you're supposed to test for blood ketones. Now, I do intend to find out more about this, but basically, ketones come into your blood system because you're taking energy from your fat stores rather than the glucose that's in your blood. So they're evidence that things have gone a bit wrong. I talked about having a slightly more higher blood sugar the other day. I did a ketone test and it was at the low end of normal, so I'm not anticipating anything too much with this. I think it's just because insulin is next, and I'm sure nothing too much to worry about. But basically, you use a purple strip instead of a blue one, and hopefully the same finger hole is still... I don't want to stab myself again. I'm getting something. If you press on the other side of the finger to the hole, that's good. I guess a lesson learnt. So yeah, because there's enough blood, so it's the same deal, just with a different kind of strip. Why hasn't the computer come on? And the computer has come on. The computer's name is the Freestyle Optimum Neo. Yes. So, more blood in the testy thing. Is there enough? Come on. Yep. So it counts down from 10, this one. The glucose one only takes 5. Sorry to keep adjusting the camera. So 1 and 0.1. Totally normal. Nothing really to worry about there. So I will do the insulin in a moment. And you can see how that works, and I'm sure that will take care of everything. In the meantime, I'm going to go and log my results. So that is how you test your blood glucose. It's a tiny bit painful, but otherwise, it's interesting. It's like running a little experiment on yourself, and because I'm keeping records of it, hopefully that will tell some kind of story over time. Anyway, thanks for watching again, and stay tuned for how to use an insulin pen. Bye bye.